What's going on, guys? This is Aaron. This channel is called Hotel Delta, bringing you all things two wheels, normally with an emphasis in Harley-Davidsons, but as you can see, we got something a little different today. This is a 2020 1250 GS, and it is the exclusive. It's pretty well got everything. It's a nice bike. Took this in on trade, and obviously I like to compare bikes that are the same platform as Pan America, so let's take it for a quick spin. So I throw my leg over this big horse of a motorcycle. As far as the ergonomics on it, very comparable to the Pan America. It sits up a little bit higher. Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Aaron. Channel's called Hotel Delta, bringing you all things two wheels with an emphasis in Harley-Davidsons. Obviously we're not on a Harley today, but this is a damn cool bike. This is a 2020 BMW 1250 GS, and it is the exclusive. A little bit nicer package. It's fully bagged. It's got the side panniers, the trunk on it, all the electronics. It's a damn nice bike. And for those that do not know, I like to grab bikes like these anytime we get an adventure touring bike or anything even close to that market. Since Harley's trying to get their foothold in that market, I like to take these bikes out, try to compare them to what I think about this and the Pan America. Now, I haven't ran the full stat sheet on this thing. I will post that in the video, like right now, just so we can look at what's different between this and a Pan America as far as size, power, weight. I know they're comparative. Man, I got to ride this bike a little bit the other day, and the thoughts that came to my mind about the comparison between this and the Pan America is, to me, the Pan America feels more like a dirt bike that can tour, and this thing feels more like a touring bike that can go off-road. This thing feels, I feel like I sit a little more on top of it. Obviously the ergonomics as far as my seating position it's comparable. It's a little bit different. This does have an aftermarket seat on it, kind of like mine does, but this is more of a touring style aftermarket seat. It's very wide. I'm definitely sitting on top of the seat as opposed to, you know, the seat coming up in between my legs a little bit. Power wise, obviously this thing makes great power. It runs very smooth. I would say this thing feels significantly bigger and heavier than the Pan America, but it feels maybe a little bit smoother. And I feel like, I mean, this is obviously, you know, if you get one of these fully dressed out, it's brand new. They're 30 grand. They're real expensive, all dressed out. And it feels like it. Like, it feels like a very nice, expensive bike. Super smooth, very agile. The screen is awesome. The way that you can control the screen is a little bit, it's obviously significantly different. This little thumb dial on the side here that clicks back and forth. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it rotates, it clicks forward, it clicks backwards. That's a pretty cool feature. I like their cruise control setup a little bit better. That's probably one of my biggest nags on the Pan America, is it all sits way up top. You have to turn it on and then set it. This one, it's either on or off, and then all you gotta do is set it. So it's a little bit user-friendly, more user-friendly. You don't have the audio controls like you do on the Pan America, but I'm sure you can control that stuff with everything over here. The screen feels a little, not the screen, but the windshield feels a little chunkier, a little heavier duty. Obviously the controls and the ergonomics you'd have to get used to a little bit. Everything's a little bit different. And that's just, you know, taking the time to get used to it, feeling it out. But this feels like a very, very nice bike. I will say the levers, which I know that's just kind of how they all are on these bikes. The levers are really thin and real small. but like the clutch is super smooth. The transmission's a little clunkier than I thought it would be. I thought the BMW would be a little, when you're in moving or in motion, you're driving, it's not too bad. But I've just a couple times here and there, which I don't mind. Obviously, I come from the Harley world. You know, our transmissions clunk all over the damn place. It does not bother me. I like to feel the transmissions engage, gearboxes engage. I don't. Who's gonna go? I'll go. There we go. Some nice rough road. See how this thing feels. Let's find a pothole. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it's got good suspension on it. Like I said, you're buying a premium motorcycle. Obviously a different tone to the motor, but I mean, yeah, it's got plenty of power for sure. Runs good. I just like how smooth everything feels on it. I don't necessarily like the, you know, the wide motor being right in front of you. You kind of have that feeling like you're on a Sea-Doo or something. But there's no denying how capable this thing is and how smooth it is and how nice it is. It's a beautiful motorcycle, and I wouldn't blame anybody for buying one of these things. Man, the front suspension's pretty soft, which I find that with a lot of bikes. And it could be what mode. I hadn't really played with the modes on this thing. Maybe we should do that. So we're in road mode, dynamic, enduro, rain, road. Let's try dynamic. Maybe that gives me a little more power and a little stiffer suspension. But I don't know if this has electronically controlled suspension on it. I'd have to look all that stuff up. Yeah, the turning capability, I mean, that's nice and tight right there. You can feel the front end get pretty light right there. Yeah, I can't blame anybody for what they think about the BMW. And you get on the forums, you get online, you get on Facebook, get in these group chats, and people are you know, they're upset about this on this bike and that bike, and it goes for every bike out there. People pick these. You go on the BMW GS websites, and guess what? They have problems with this and that, just like people in the Pan America. Now with the Pan America, people are up in arms, you know, about the motors that are having issues here and there. I mean, not only is the Pan America a brand new motorcycle, that's a brand new motor. It's not unthinkable that it's going to have some growing pains. Now my bike has, I think I'm right at 4,000 miles. I'm already thinking about, you know, doing my 5K. And I've had minor issues with the electronics. Nothing crazy. I've had the no start. I've had the big whine. I've had, once or twice, I've had the suspension not want to lower on mine. But I haven't had any, you know, reoccurring or overly reoccurring problems. But again, a brand new model GS will have problems as well. Man, what do I think about this bike when I compare it to the Pan America? It's, again, I want to go back to, this feels more like a touring bike. That feels more like an off-road bike. Obviously, they're fully capable either way. I know this thing doesn't weigh a lot more than the Pan America, but it feels significantly larger. And it is fully bagged out too. It's got the full panniers on the back, the Sergeant seat on it. It's got some extra LEDs. But it's a great bike. You wouldn't have to twist my arm to get me to ride one again, for sure. The drive's a little different. It's smooth though. I didn't have any problems with the drive at all. It's obviously, you know, it's, people put it as the flagship for the adventure touring bike, and you can totally understand why. But that's a lot of bike. Anyways, guys, y'all have questions, hit me up below. Like and subscribe. Get another bike in, we'll take it for a ride and see what we think, guys. Y'all take care, ride safe, stay cool.